Allendale now needs improvement, but it takes those of us who are living here. We've got to be the ones to step up and say, we can fix that and work together to fix that.
Hello, Gloria. How you doing today?
Hello, and I'm just fine. My name is Gloria Jean Sapp Murrell, and I put Jean in there because the people in the neighborhood know Jean. When I worked, the people knew Gloria. The new people in the neighborhood know Gloria. So I use all of my names. Some of my classmates see me, they still say, hey, Sapp. And uh, so I use Gloria Jean Sapp Morrell whenever I'm talking about myself. I am, you might just consider it a lifelong resident of the Allendale subdivision. My parents moved to Allendale when I was 2 years old. I went to school in um, Allendale Lakeside area, and of course, you know, when you grow up and you school is done for you, I moved away, but it didn't stay away. I moved away in 1969 and I returned in 72. So I've been here my entire life, you could say. The one thing that is different to me now from my earlier years, Allendale's boundary line has been moved. Where they now have, this is Allendale, a part of that was once Lakeside. And that's why I say Allendale Lakeside area. I live in Allendale. I went to school in Allendale and Lakeside because uh, what is now elementary school, but it was a junior high. Central Junior High is where I went. And I attended Booker T. Washington, which was Lakeside. So that's why I say Allendale Lakeside area. I have 2 children, and I can't even count the grandchildren. But as far as I know, I've got 7 grandchildren. And it's my pleasure to be able to speak about Allendale as I know it, as I knew it, and as I wish for it to become again. Um, I'm going to try to limit it to a fond memory. That's difficult because in the past, where I live now, I was able to go grocery shopping because there was a grocery store. I was able to go to restaurants because there was more than one. I did not have to leave my neighborhood to purchase gasoline for my car because there were gas stations in the area. But I would say I'm going to give you a fond memory. Where I live now, we're on the bayou. We were able to walk 1 block down the street from my house and go fishing. You didn't have to ride anywhere. You didn't have to do anything. You went in the backyard and you dug your own bait. You grabbed that pole and you and a couple of friends walked down the little hill, and you were there and you were able to go fishing. And that's never caught anything. I didn't, except what they used mine for cut bait because I couldn't catch any fish, but they were big enough to eat. But it was just a joy to be able to go and sit there and commune with your friends and nature, and just holding that pole in the water. So that was at the end of the street that I still reside on, and that's no longer there. Allendale in the present has become, um, let me just say that the violence now in Allendale, it looks like it's on it's up on a uphill journey. It's the property owners are deceased, or the children have moved them away, so they are not taking care of the property, and that gives it a dilapidated, rundown appearance. Allendale has quite a few. If you drive around in there, you're going to see those little markers that they put up to tell you about historic places. If you just drive around and look, you're going to see many of those. Living here, we've got to be the ones to step up and say, we can fix that, and work together to fix that. Not your agenda, my agenda, and we're going in two different directions. And, I think that Allendale right now, if I had not been a person who has lived here for as long as I have, I would definitely drive on by. I would not allow a realtor to even come through this area to say, move me there. But thinking about how it was and thinking about what it's going to take to put it back, it will never be to its original glory, because the people who are the pioneers for that, they've gone on to their rest. But those of us who are left here, I think right now, if we do our part, we can make this not somewhere that people come with a camera to show a disaster or something. We can make Allendale great, not just good, great again, because Allendale was at one time a leader in the Black population. Right now, if our political leaders who make these promises during campaigns, if they help and follow through on those promises that they make, I think Allendale right now, as it stands, with the rundown buildings, the absence of businesses, I think that right now we're in need. Who live here, we need some love from the folk who promised to help us make it better. So I just think right now it needs improving, and I know that we can do it. Allendale in the future, you have hardworking people in Allendale. You have people such as yourself who have ties still to Allendale. You've got the know-how, you've got the knowledge, and in the future, if all of this is put together, if you will notice, this is an Allendale Strong podcast. We have more members of Allendale Strong who are not actually and never have been residents of Allendale. But that just goes to show you that we're working with something that they believe in and that we believe in, and they are willing to help. You have ties here. Your mother still lives in Allendale. You know that you want a better place for your mom to be, because it's obviously she's not moving out of Allendale. Neither am I, or anyone that I know right now. But I just know that we can do it. I think in the future, and nothing, just like with anything else. We have just talked to John Perkins, who came in to tell us hello. He's having to relearn things. He's having to go a little bit at a time. Nothing is going to just, I'm going to twitch my nose, and Swepco Park is going to be a place that I didn't mention that my family had a family reunion in Swepco Park when it still had playground equipment. And when it was still being taken care of by the city. But I can't, just zap and make that come back. I know it's going to take time and it's going to take work. And most of all, it's going to take money. The finances, they have grants, they have all of the things that they are sitting there. We just have to have young people like yourself and others who are willing to, you had to take 10 minutes to tell me how to get my thing unmuted. You have to have patience with us older citizens. But one thing that we need all of it. We need the youngsters, we need the middle age, we need the seniors, and it's going to take all of us, and we can put it back to where it was, to where it won't be the same, because after the pandemic, nothing is ever going to be the same again. But I think also that the Lord gives us a wake-up call. He allows us a chance to change things. And then sometimes we take too long, and things have to happen in order to get our attention. And I think with some love from you young guys who know how to do all this IT stuff, some patience from the seniors who still have knowledge that can be used by you. I may not know how to hook something up on that computer, but I can tell you how to make something else that my grandmother said to me, and how you can make something work that way. So it's going to take all of it. It's going to take the old and the new in order to get the present on the direct path to greatness. That's how I feel. Whenever I say using your mother wit, they're going to look at me like, what in the world? Mother wit is common sense. Good old God-given common sense. Your mother wit. It was mentioned the other night that I like growing things. In this neighborhood, right where I am now, we had a garden that grew everything that we needed. And believe it or not, yes, we're in the middle of the city, but we had chickens. We had a cow at the back end of the property. And Allendale Strong and Allendale Co-op working together. We can show people that we can do this. We can learn to be, eco-friendly, and by growing our own, we can learn to eat healthier. And I just know that we can do it. It just takes you with your knowledge of computers, Dorothy with her knowledge of people, James with his love for talking, and but you got to put it all together. I never say her name correctly. Kamara, is that correct? It's her ideas may not all be my ideas, but we want the same thing, and we've got to find a way to work together to make it happen. When I was riding in the car yesterday with a friend. Dorothy, you don't know this, but at the corner of Pier Avenue and what is now Pete Harris, it was at one time Western Avenue, at the corner of Anna and Pete Harris, there was a casket making company. That's a business. Right across the street, there was a gas station run by two very short brothers. And this was during the time when they would run out and wipe off the windshield, check your oil and all of this. Down the street, the reason the name is now Pete Harris Boulevard, was Freeman and Harris Cafe. Turn the corner off of Western Avenue onto what is 4th Street on one side, and after you round the bend, it becomes Common. There was an automobile repair place. Go 2 blocks over, there was Uncle Bob's Radio. He fixed TVs. That's back when TVs had those tubes and you could go to the pack-a-sack and check the tube. I don't mind telling my age because I'm glad that the Lord has allowed me to stay here this long. But I'm just telling you, Allendale had these businesses, a TV repair, a grocery store, and restaurants and gas stations, and and I know that we can do it again, because if it's one thing that youngsters like, is like being their own boss. So just imagine if they come and open businesses up over here, and it make you not have to go out of your neighborhood in order to get your hair done or buy you some gasoline or some food. And with all of us working together, I know that we can do it. Now, you guys say Ledbetter Heights. I say the Bottoms. Ask your mom about that. That's what we called it. And I'm just saying, a name change, fine. Redrawing boundaries for where the line ends with Allendale and begins for Lakeside, fine. We're all one people, and we should all have one goal, which is to make it great again. And I know we can do it. I know we can. Hey, y'all proud of me? Not one tear.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love
That
it.
was great. That was great. I just learned something from you, Gloria.